Hey Facebookers, it's time for another Weekender. Thanks very much for clicking the link to see what we're going to talk about this week. In this week's show, we have Warren in for a bit.
Yeah, he has returned from exile.
He's going to give us the lowdown on who won the 55k like challenge,
Yep.
as well as some other bits and pieces. We've got an interesting chat about Batman the Miniatures game.
Yep.
And mentioning Batman the Miniatures game, we've got an awesome prize for you Backstagers. If you watch the Backstage XLBS show and comment, you could be in with a chance of winning what, Justin?
The Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows starter gang for the Batman miniatures game.
Excellent. Raj Ragu.
Ra's al Ghul
Raj Ragu.
and the League of Shadows. What?
It's just Liam Neeson. Sure, he's from Ballymena. He's just up the road.
Oh, Ballymena, how is it?
That's
Aye.
true, hi.
It's a Liam Neeson box. That's what you're
Aye.
winning this week.
No, it's a really cool box set. You're getting the Liam Neeson miniature and 3 ninjas in the
Excellent.
box. It's a really cool prize, guys. If you've been looking to get into this game, this is the one for you.
Well, also we're going to be talking about new stuff from Foreground.
Yep.
New 10mm buildings. Oh,
Yep.
For a game we might love.
yeah. And we've got some class stuff from Kromlech. So if we have plucked your interest, is plucked the right word?
If we have piqued your
Piqued
interest.
your interest. Come on over and watch the show. Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of The Weekender.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, roll up, roll up.
Wait.
He's
Why,
got-
why are you not introducing the
I've
show?
been practicing that.
I'm just a guest.
Oh, you're a guest.
He's a guest.
I'm just a guest.
But I didn't even get the chance to introduce you. Shh.
Okay, right.
Stop talking. Let
Okay,
me
go
finish
ahead.
the
Yeah,
introduction.
go ahead.
To start off with this week, I've got Justin.
Good morning, everybody. He's now breaking down.
And I've got Warren. And I've got myself, obviously, Lloyd.
It needs to be more cockney, though. Ladies and gentlemen.
Roll up.
Why am I saying currently? Because later in the show we're going to have John. John's going to be in.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Ramah, because
Yeah.
Ramah's been over in our painting dungeon.
You've got a big
Dungeon
show.
now.
You've got a big show ahead of you. That's for sure.
Well, nobody complained that much that I said Ramah was getting chained up, so now it's the full-on
I
painting
think
dungeon.
we may have said that on the backstage, so now the front stagers have heard it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Right, well, let's get started. I mean, first up,
Yes, well, I can't hang around because I have to go back up to the hospital. I just wanted to say a big thank you for everybody for their best wishes. Myself and Andrea had a little baby boy, not last Saturday, the Saturday before. Unfortunately, he's still in hospital at the moment. He's working very hard, but he's getting stronger, and we're very pleased with how he's doing. And he's Max, as in Maximus.
All right. I actually discussed this with Roman. He just said, what is it? Maximus? Maximilian?
it's just Max.
It is just Max.
Okay.
So it is just Max.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say a massive thank you. If you're wondering why I'm so tired and disheveled looking, it's just been
Because you keep driving. Your
yeah.
wee one's in hospital like 50 miles from here, so it's like an hour drive there
an hour drive
drive
back.
every single day.
And then we'll have to do it twice a day. So I'm doing about 200 miles a day
Yeah,
to
and then
get
with
up to him at
having
the moment.
Roman across, you've had the odd scoot out to Port Stewart as well to drop him home.
Yeah, but that's easy compared to the other stuff. But look, thank you so much for all your best wishes. But I wanted to come in.
Because something big happened.
Yes. I wanted to come in because we're announcing the winner of the 55k challenge. That's the 55k Facebook challenge. However, I clearly can't talk about that without talking about this other article that has cropped up about us. Beasts of War have hit the news again. I say we've hit the news.
What? We've hit the news?
Yeah,
I thought we just broke the news.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be the news, but we've ended up being the news again. But without further ado, 55k winner. This is the individual
Yes,
that
well, hang
won.
on. I have the image for it here of what you could have won.
Perfect. So you would get the Operation Ice Storm
And
plus
Battle Box
4
Beyond.
expansion boxes that would take you up to 2 300-point armies. It's not the painted ones we use. These are all brand new in the box.
I love the way he's brought this picture up. This is what you could have won, but you did not.
No, you didn't.
No, we haven't announced it just yet.
Yeah, I want,
So it's still
you're
you
probably
could've won.
sitting there wondering, have you won it?
In your jammies.
In your jammies. And then, of course, the winner is Danielle Broad. And now you feel weird for talking about her in her jammies. You know, like
I do not.
Danielle, congratulations. Get in touch, and that we'll get that off to you. I want to also say, look, I have been kind of out of the loop for the last, what's it been now?
2 weeks, approximately.
Yeah, about 2 weeks. I'm a little bit behind in answering messages. I am a little bit behind. There's some prizes. There's a Titan winner out there who's waiting on his Titan. I apologize. I've had a lot on my plate, so I haven't had the chance to deal with any of that. But I am getting to it now that things are going to settle down a little bit. I'm able to breathe. I even having to use notes because
Yeah,
my
I was going to
mind's
say, look
so-
at this big list of notes. Are we going to move on to
Yeah,
then? What's this big
so-
list of notes for?
Okay, so
Hello, lady.
with me being off,
Yes.
okay, there were some things that I was still working on, okay, and one of one of those things that I wish I'd been working on, I should have actually just spent the week working on my NIDs, because obviously with the new Tyrannid release, my old eggs that I was able to use before, all I need to do now is just turn them upside down and stick some legs on them, and they'd look like the brand new release from Games Workshop. But of course, I didn't work on my NIDs.
You just need tentacles.
Yeah,
Tentacle-
I need
dangly
lots
tentacles.
of tentacles. What I did was I set up a little experiment on our Facebook. Now, any of you guys that are Backstagers, you'll know over the last few weeks back, we were talking about diversification within the industry, and the industry being embracing more people from different cultures, gender, and stuff like that. There, so it's a kind of an ongoing conversation that we kind of spin back to. Over the last few months, we've been experimenting on Facebook and trying to get to grips with it. You know, previously we were all pretty rubbish at Facebook, but we've been spending time.
We were just rubbish
Well,
at
we were,
it. But
and-
we've practiced now.
and-
It's not really a matter of being rubbish. It's just ignorance. We didn't know what we were doing on there.
Yeah, and it's exactly the state we are at the moment in Google Plus, because we are rubbish at Google Plus.
I will say we are rubbish at Google Plus.
And-
I look at it and go, "Pfft."
And we keep getting messages from Google Plus users going, "You're rubbish at Google Plus." Yeah, we know, and we're getting to it. But it's taken us a few months to get to grips with Facebook, and we've been doing well on it. Every now and again, we run a little ad campaign and stuff like that, because believe it or not, it wouldn't matter what you create. You have to work hard at getting people to be able to see it. So, you know, some people say, "Why would you run an ad campaign? Not just create amazing content." Even if you create viral content,
well, there's no point in doing amazing content if you don't tell anyone about it.
that's it.
Everything
So,
needs at least a wee roll to get
it's all a
to get
balancing
going.
act, really. You know, and it's about trying to balance things up. So we run these little campaigns. We spend about 30 odd pounds or whatever now and again. We're trying to get 30 odd pounds. Typically buys us, 100 likes. Okay, and we target them at a very specific target group. In Facebook, you set up your interests, and we're very specific on who we're after. Okay. And normally we've been after people in basically in the English-speaking countries. Okay,
Yes. For a very
Right.
obvious reason.
because we speak English.
We make English videos, yes.
But with the whole thing of the inclusivity and stuff like that, I've been looking through our site logs, and and we get visits from everywhere, all over the world.
Everywhere.
You know, even North Korea. I believe Kim Jong is a big fan. You know, it's Kim. How are you, mate?
He loves the show.
Yeah, him and Dennis Rodman, they get together, they sit in Kim Jong's royal bathroom, and they watch Beasts of War on a Saturday morning, just like you guys. You know?
Wait, what?
Do you know who Dennis Rodman is?
Yeah, basketball, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy, big
Yeah,
buddies.
I thought you were going to ask me, do you know who Kim Jong is?
To be honest, I don't get that joke either, but I went with it.
Forget it.
I don't get it. Although I do think you're maybe phrasing it wrong, saying that us doing an advertising campaign buys us likes. It puts it out there to people.
Yes, what
Well,
it does,
then I think-
you're not buying likes. What you do is you buy
Exposure.
exposure. So
Yes.
what they do is they then deliver little adverts
Yes.
to people's streams.
And it's up to them to decide whether they like it or
Yeah, and what
do I click or
you're
not?
paying per impression, I believe. So what you're doing is you're paying for every time it's shown, okay? But what I mean by buys us likes is kind of on average, okay, of the number of people that see it,
Well, someone's going to like it.
yeah,
Right?
about 100 people or so will then click like and say, yeah, I want to get more from that page.
This, yeah.
So we've been doing that, okay? I then, between running up and down to the hospital, I thought to myself, yeah, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to expand it out. So I expanded it globally. And
You hit the worldwide domination button, did you?
oh, God. I expanded it out, and I said, right, these are my interest groups, razor sharp interest groups, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm only interested in people that speak English, okay? Because, again, there's no point in us trying to expand it out to people that aren't going to understand a word that we say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I set that up, okay? Set it to run for a couple of days, been doing my hospital thing, came back. My anticipation was that we'd pick up. I did expect to pick up a bit more because I couldn't see the cost for advertising in somewhere like Hungary or Romania was going to be as competitive as advertising in the UK or the US.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd pick up a few more. I was expecting in the region of a couple of hundred, maybe 250, 300. I was kind of going, that would be brilliant because that would give us data of the rest of the world that we could then work out where we could go for.
Yeah, suddenly the board lights up and going, so there's people here, here, and here.
In 2 days, we picked up 6,000 likes.
So here's what you expected, and here's what we got.
So the question is, so what's the problem?
So what happened? Right.
What's the problem with getting 6,000 people to like it?
The following day when I was looking through it, I was looking at these likes that were coming through, okay? Because I thought, this is way beyond it. At first, I looked at it and I thought, holy moly, we've hit the jackpot here. This is brilliant. So I started to look at the people that were liking the page, okay? Now, a lot of them looked legitimate. It was spread around a lot of countries, but there was a lot coming from, it was either Bangladesh or Pakistan or something like that, or India. I'm not exactly sure, but I started to look into their profiles because I was concerned that we were being spammed, okay? A lot of the profiles looked fine. They just looked like normal people going about their everyday lives.
Yeah.
Some of the profiles looked clearly fake to me. I looked at them and I thought to myself, that can't be a real profile. Or it was a profile of a student or something like that. And I thought to myself, yeah, are you being paid to like this? Are you just liking stuff as a student to try and earn a bit of extra cash? And in some of the profiles, no idea. Couldn't work out what the hell it was.
Do you exist or not?
So what I did is I started to turn things off, basically turn off those countries and gradually whittle it down so as it just continued to target the countries where we were getting people from Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, and things like that. But places where it was easier for me to understand whether it was a real profile or not. That was fine. Gradually turned it all down and whittled it all down. Yep. Then, a couple of days or a few days later, a huge fan of Beasts of War, our buddy over at Blood of Kittens, wrote an article where he accused us of, basically, his accusations were that we had took advantage of the third world and that we had reached out to one of those false click farms or whatever.
What?
And paid them to send us a bunch
So I
of
just
fake
go
likes.
bing, 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 bing.
I love that. Took advantage of the third world. Is
Yeah.
that not what all of the developing world is doing?
Well,
All the time.
No, but I don't get that. Where would you even get that idea from?
well, no. To be fair, right? To be fair to the guy, based on the chart that he saw, right? Because you can go into a Facebook profile and you can see a chart. He would have seen 10,000 odd likes. Okay. What we actually got through the advertising was 6,800 likes, I believe. Okay, he would have seen 10,000 odd likes. Okay, and he would have seen it brings up an active, your kind of your most active city. Okay,
Yeah.
and that active city would have been, well, I think it was Dakar in Bangladesh.
Well, normally it's London, isn't it?
Normally it's London for us. Yeah. Now, to be fair to him, I can see why he immediately thought that. But instead of reaching out to
Yeah, I
us
was
and
going to
asking,
say, surely if you have a problem like that, and he says he's there to report news and stuff.
Yeah.
Touch base with us and ask us first.
Yeah, well,
before
we're
coming out and declaring, "Oh, you guys are doing something weird."
Sounding the horn on the internet.
Yeah, we're easy to contact. I'm a little bit annoyed with him. I've got to say, just a little bit annoyed because I'll explain why in a second. But he didn't reach out to us. He just pulled together these horrendous accusations and then just put it up. Honestly, I don't think it really matters these days. I don't know how many people even bother with that. The effect on our viewers is zilch because it has no effect on you guys, the likes. The effect on us, we don't really care about the headline figure of the number of likes. That's not what we're interested in. We're interested in user engagement, and we have probably the highest engaged users in the industry on Facebook because that's our thing. That's what we focus on. So the headline figure doesn't matter. It will cause us possibly some slight issues over the next month or so because some of our posts are probably going to be spat out to students or whatever in Bangladesh that aren't going to engage with it. So we're going to have to work harder for the next few months to make sure that we continue to engage our users and stuff like that.
So it's going to the community members.
Yeah. It has zero effect on advertisers because we don't sell anything to do with Facebook. Facebook is our platform for talking to you guys. It's not a platform that we sell.
It's our platform for a video every week of us going like this.
Yes, we're going like this. So anyway, I saw the article. I read the article. I felt, oh, God save us! What are you on about? I thought, do you know what I'll do? I'll reach out to him. Okay, so I reached out to him on his Facebook page publicly, and I said, you could have, what you've said is wrong. You could have contacted us, and I explained that it was because he had said we'd went out to some click farm, which basically he was claiming we deliberately went out of our way to buy these false clicks or these unreal.
So trying to inflate the numbers.
Yeah, when in actual fact we just used Facebook. Exactly as it's supposed to be used.
Yeah. Obviously, I would never use it that way again. But what I did was I explained to him what happened. Okay. He said he didn't believe me. He asked me for a screenshot to prove that it was Facebook. I took a screenshot of our little of our advertising back end. I just took it on my phone because I was doing this late at night, in the middle of the night. After getting home. So I put that on his Facebook, and basically everything I told him he just continued to dismiss. So it became apparent that he wasn't actually interested in what the truth of the thing was. He just was interested in trying, probably, I would imagine, to do us a bit of a disservice.
What? So he wasn't even interested in being nosy and having an actual look at the stuff you were sending?
Apparently not, because he went and updated the story and said, BC4 have contacted me, and they have said that this was done via Facebook, but I don't believe them. Even though I'd send him a screenshot, I don't know what else.
If someone doesn't want to listen to you when it's something like that, they'll just go, "No, I believe my conspiracy to the hilt."
Well, this is the problem, right? Up until that point, I was doing my best, but then I noticed that he started to delete other people's messages from his Facebook that were showing some support.
I wouldn't bother at that point.
So when I started to see that, I thought to myself, we haven't a chance there. So whenever I've invited him and his mate Rob from Spiky Bits, who's another guy who loves to, if not make accusations, at least imply that we've done something out of the ordinary. I believe that there's another third person involved in this that actually directs these guys and what they want to do, but I have no evidence for it, and I don't care.
There's like a guy in the background stroking his kitty, is there?
It's a lot of balls, really, isn't it? So anyway, there you have it. I don't know what else to do. I tried to talk to the guy. I've invited both him and Rob to have a Skype call with me so as I can talk to them, because not only to explain this to them and talk them through it, but also to find out, what is the issue, guys? Because this is not the first time these guys have had a go at us. Your man Rob from Spiky Bits has published my personal information and my personal contact
Yeah,
information.
was this not during the whole Necron,
the Necron thing?
debacle? Yeah.
He took it upon himself to dox me. Is it called doxing?
I don't even know. I can't even remember.
What's it's like? It's like every time we see a little spurt of success or something. Oh, I must say something about this.
Begin the flame wars.
Well, anyway, but that's the internet. That's what we have put ourselves up for that. We have to expect it. We've got to take it on the chin. But anyway, it's just to say to you guys, that's what happened. I'm not going to really engage with it anymore, because when I started seeing deleting other people's messages that were in some way trying to show some support for us, I realized that this is not a conversation that he actually wants to have. He just wants to try and frame things to suit the message, whatever that message is that he's trying to get out.
Oh, that's fair
So, what's the moral of the story? Okay, next time I take time off from Beasts of War, work on my NIDs. Just tell me to work on my NIDs.
Should have worked on your NIDs.
Well, Warren, you sometimes describe telling me how to do a thing as programming the robot.
Yeah.
I think you programmed the robot wrong. The robot this time being Facebook.
To be fair, I think Facebook has a lot to answer for in this. Whenever you set up those very specific criteria, I would have expected Facebook only to have delivered our ads to people that matched those criteria.
Yep.
Okay? And I cannot understand.
Well, it looks like they didn't.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do? What the issue here is that we're looking at potentially not being able to advertise to an entire continent. The entire Indian subcontinent is basically, is it out of bounds? Has anybody had any success in being able to advertise in those regions without having this kind of thing happen? So
who knows?
It's a fascinating one. I know we will not be having a go at it. And I've pinged a message off to Facebook to see what they have to say about it. But we're tiny minnows. We're just tiny minnows. So I don't know what they're going to do or what they're going to say. So.
Okay, well, I'm going to say bye-bye to Warren. Because he has to leave, but he's going to be back for the XLBS
I'm
tomorrow.
going up to the hospital, but I'm going to try and see if I can record a segment in XLBS, because I want to talk about the switch of chief executive in Games Workshop.
Of course you do.
Interested
That's
in
not going to happen, and you not come on the show to have a talk.
Yeah,
about
I want to have a gossip about that. So all been well. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
Or I'll maybe even try and record a little bit with you later on tonight for tomorrow or something like that. Right. But anyway, back to the whole thing. Danielle, congratulations. We're going to get that stuff packaged up and off to you. And if you're a prize winner on Beasts of War, we haven't forgot about you. It's just that kind of falls on my lap to do that stuff, and I just haven't had a chance. I'm just a bit burned out at the moment.
Can I say one thing? If you are a prize winner and you haven't claimed yet, don't forget, you go to the top bar on the main Beasts of War website, go to Contact Us, and click Claim Prize.
Mm-hmm. Right, on that note, I think we'll go for a break, and during the break, we'll get rid of him, and we'll get Mr. John Lyons in instead.
That'll do. See you later, guys.
Okay, guys, as if by magic, we have turned Warren into Mr. Lyons.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Good to see you on the show.
Oh, quite.
I missed you since last week.
With all my tank rambling.
Yes.
People told me off for.
Shh, don't even get started. I'm going to get you to talk about something other than tanks.
Oh, sweet.
In a minute. But first, I'm going to talk Kings of War.
Yep.
I'm going to talk about their new Kickstarter that's coming up. We have a date for it.
Yes, a date and a time.
Yeah. Friday the 14th of November at 1:30 p.m. But I don't know what time zone that is.
It's probably GMT.
Yeah, Mantic's a UK company, so it's GMT.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
The key thing there, though, is it's Friday the 14th of November.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you like Kings of War, don't you?
Yeah, I've played it with James M. Hewitt a couple of times. Whenever we did the Mantic week a while back, we did a Kings of War week while we were in England.
So you're quite excited about them tightening up the rules and stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be good, because whenever me and him were doing that themed week, we were discussing the fact that it takes a while for a game to actually find its feet.
Yeah.
So now Kings of War has really found its feet. You can have those big, sprawling battles and it's not going to take you 2 days to play.
Yeah, well,
Very light, very fast.
you're talking about big sprawling battles, and for that you need armies.
You do.
Now, I've got a couple of the stretch goals or the pledge levels here. So
Yep.
there's a base pledge level
Yep.
of $50.
Yep.
And it looks to me that what you get for that is you get the new hardback book.
Mhm.
I made on my notes here. In the new hardback book, you get background, hobby, rules, and lists.
Yep.
But you also get the softback book as well, but it's slightly cut back. So in the softback book, you get the rules and the lists.
Yeah.
So you don't get the hobby and you don't get the background.
Yeah.
But when you pledge, you get both.
Yeah. It's a good way to start it, because this isn't for new people coming in this level. This is your returning players who aren't wanting to get everything new and just going, right, I've already got my big, beautiful army.
Yeah.
I need the new rules for this. Aha!
Yeah, well, they have another pledge level at $150.
Yep.
Now, if you are trying to get into the game, this may actually be the pledge level.
Exactly.
Because if you jump in on this level, you get the book.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming you get the softback book as well. But you also get to pick, what is that? You can pick a large army,
Yep.
or you can pick 2 starter armies.
Yep.
So I can have the hardback, the softback, and a big army, or I can have the hardback, the softback, and 2 starter armies.
Yes.
Which is great if you've got a mate, because you can dip in and you can share the hardback, or you can divvy it up. Both of you will have rules.
Yeah.
Both of you will have armies.
Yeah, but you see, that pledge is good for, say you go down to your local club, you're the only one that plays Kings of War.
Yeah.
You can take that pledge, get your 2 start armies, walk in and say, look, lads, I've 2 armies sitting here. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah.
You know, there's none of this, oh, what, you're playing this, now I have to buy into this because you're playing it?
I
No, I've
suppose-
got 2 armies, let's go.
I suppose that is it, because even if you're a player of Kings of War at the minute, this gives you an opportunity to jump in and go, well, I'll start 2 new armies as well.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, take it down to the club.
Aye, and then it's just, you know, you're not having to buy into this. I have the stuff, let's just play.
Well, they've been flashing up some of the art this week on the website. Do we have any pictures on here?
No, because before the show you told me we didn't have any. Sorry, guys. I'll bring it up on screen.
So they've been putting up the artwork for the Basilean. They have a new wizard.
Yeah,
War
so
wizard.
that'll be the sort of good guys, the shining armor and all the rest, the paladin type army.
Yeah, but the one that really appealed to me is the what is it? The Force of Abyss.
Forces of the Abyss.
Now they look interesting.
Yeah, you see, the whole idea is in Mantic, there's this abyss where evil demons and such live, and then you have the abyssal dwarves and all who live around there and fight from there.
So if the Forces of Abyss got something to do with the abyssal dwarfs.
Abyssal dwarfs, the Twilight Kin, I think the orcs are sort of there. They're like a naturey sort of evil kind of faction. So you have good, neutral, and evil.
Yeah.
So you have the forces of good, the forces of nature, forces of the abyss.
Right.
You know, so it sort of subdivides into those 3 categories.
I love the way there's the force of nature isn't necessarily the force of good.
Yeah, well, it's just the in between, the neutrality. But the way it works out is I could have abyssal forces with nature forces.
Yeah.
I could have good forces with nature forces, or I can do all good, all that, all that. But you can't have good and evil working together. So it really lets you play around with the different
What happens
forces.
then, if I go in on that pledge level, $150,
Yeah.
and I pick out 2 starter boxes or 2 starter armies?
Yeah.
Can I pick 2 starter armies that can fight together as well as fight against each other based on that then?
Yeah, you could.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. So you can have a big army or 2 separates fighting.
Yeah, depending on how the makeup goes, yeah.
Now, I know you can fight, 2 armies of the same can always fight against each other. Wouldn't be much of a game otherwise.
yeah.
But, fluff-wise,
Yeah,
It's
knowing
nice
that
that it
in the
matches.
background they sort of work together, they can work together. Like, I remember we were looking at the big ogres and stuff.
Yeah.
If I could get a starter army of them, I would love it, because it's low model count, but they're big and they're heavy hitters. And then mix in a lot of orcs and goblins with that would be fun.
So, in the notes I got, they were saying if the funding goes well, they'll be doing an abyssal army.
Yes.
Now, there's been abyssal dwarfs.
Yes.
So what do
but
they mean by an abyssal army? New
This'll
units to
be-
really flesh this force out?
From what I understand of the background, this will probably mean demons. You know,
The actual
the
dark
actual
evil stuff.
I am an evil fire elemental. I am here to burn your village.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Getting some demons rocking around. But
Mhm.
what I mean, are we talking like big things, do you think? Or
Knowing Ronnie, he'll probably have 1 or 2 big things planned. you know what he's like. It's just, right, this is all very cool. I want something big. You know, that's what he'll be sitting saying to his design team. This is all cool, big.
I love Ronnie because he either goes with large models or just your collection can be massive.
Yes.
I love the way
So,
Ronnie pitches all
you
that.
think we're getting like a demon prince sized
No.
beasties.
I don't know if the demon prince.
No, it'll not be a demon prince. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
that sort
maybe
of
see a
size.
demon lord.
A royal demon.
I don't care what he's
royal
called. I just
demon.
want to know, will he be big?
Yes, he probably will be.
It might be big with wings and maybe have a sword.
Oh,
a sword. Are we
A
doing
bit-
that bit with Lloyd now?
a big winged demon with a sword.
Yes.
What's the in-joke here that I'm not with?
Sword.
Don't you worry about it.
Is this something, if I look this up on the internet, I'll be horrified that was talking about?
No. It hasn't
No,
got to
you
that
need
stage just yet. The members are working on that.
You need to revisit some of our previous unboxings
Yes.
where we
Who
just
has
started.
the time, John, to listen to you talking about tanks?
Not when I was talking about tanks. Where would sword come up with?
Yeah, where would you put a sword on a tank? Under the gun barrel? Bayonet?
I'm not even starting to talk about it
If
because
people at home are as lost as I am right now,
people will switch off.
now's the time to move on.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should move on.
So,
No, the Kickstarter is coming.
I didn't move off the Kickstarter. There's like some other extras and stuff that I have notes about here.
Oh
And
yeah.
I didn't quite understand. I didn't want to specify it too much just in case I didn't quite get it.
Okay.
So you buy the book,
Yeah.
you get the hardback, you get the softback, but I think you get extras as well. What those extras actually are, I'm not sure. I mean, I've got listed down here stuff like if the funding goals are achieved, there will be apps with chess clocks and game template sets and more.
Well, the chest clock idea is coming straight from Alessio because he loves timed turns because it really puts you under pressure during your turn.
But it said clocks as in more than one, so I mean, army
Yes,
themed
well, a
clocks?
chess clock has
A
two
chess
clocks.
clock is two things anyway. It's two clocks.
Oh, you think they literally just mean 2 clocks?
Yeah, it's probably.
I thought they meant like apps, as in I would have like a Basilian themed chess clock
Yeah,
app.
you could
I'd have
probably get
like
that.
an Abyssal themed chess clock app.
Possibly. Like, if they're doing a specific app for it, they're obviously going to throw some of the artwork behind it and such. Or
Can,
you
we,
would
can we
hope.
just have a physical chess clock? You know, a rocking back and forth thing. I just want.
Oh,
that.
you've watched Game of Shadows this week, didn't
Yes.
you? Yeah,
And I want
Sherlock
that.
Holmes versus Moriarty is just the little clock.
The little chess thing. I want them to make that as one of their stretch goals. To actually just have a little clock themed.
Yeah, but I mean, like, whenever Kings of War was first coming out, this is something Alessio chatted to us about. Well, chatted to Warren, that whenever you're on a set time for your turns,
Yeah.
it really puts you under pressure to go, okay, I need to move that. Wait, I've missed that. Damn it, it's his turn.
Well, I like the chess clock
You know,
idea.
it's that
Frantic.
pressure cooker.
It's that
you're put into.
battlefield thing. It's like mistakes will be made. I have 5 minutes to do this.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
but
You know,
it also keeps the pace up because you're not sitting there while someone just goes, huh, what'll I move? I'll move no, I won't move that.
yeah, that winds me
The
up.
tournament play sort of.
Yes,
Really
I have
slow.
500 orcs to move.
I will move every one of them.
Yes, and I will measure the movement of
I don't
every
mind
one of them.
that. I mean, if you've got a lot of miniatures to move, but I like the franticness of it. I like that. I like the fact that I make a decision against the clock, and then I'm thinking, oh crap, I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah.
You know, because it makes it even more exciting for yourself, thinking, oh, I'm such a dumb. Why did I do that?
Yeah, I've done that in bolt action a few times where it's just me going, wait, I activated that, but now he's going to hit that. No!
But you're not under the clock.
No, but you're in it. It's a different sort of mechanic. We'll discuss that maybe a little later. We're on about Mantic right now.
Okay, well, you say we're on about Mantic. I think we're now done talking about Mantic.
All right.
And we're going to move on. We're going to talk about Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Well,
Or Ghost Hunter, the card game.
yes, I thought you were going to say Ghostbusters.
No.
It's not Ghostbusters.
No, listen, let's not mention Ghostbusters. I'm
Yeah.
really livid about that. Because it came to the cinema
You didn't get to go.
and it left and I didn't get there.
Yeah. No, but
Oh!
if everyone remembers.
He didn't hear about the Twinkie.
No, I didn't hear about the Twinkie. You didn't hear about the Twinkie.
What about the Twinkie?
Anyway.
I know the line.
Yeah. We know you know the line. Anyway, if everybody remembers, we put out a free-to-play game a while back on the site, LocaliZED.
Yes, free download for Halloween.
Yes, one of the guys that helped us create that, Kedric Winks, came to Kickstarter with his own game.
We should all wink at the camera now. Get on your winks.
Get all the dirty winks.
But no, what he's created is a little
Well,
card
let's see.
game.
Put it onto the camera. So
Yep,
it arrived
so-
in this wee case and stuff,
Yep,
did
it
it?
comes in this lovely little case.
And he doesn't throw the cards all over the place.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, nice little clear acrylic case. Handy for storing them in.
Excellent.
The whole idea is you and your mates are hunting ghosts. And your task is...
Do you know what? I think I
them.
got that from the name. Ghost Hunter!
Dun, dun, dun!
But what does that mean in reality? You're hunting ghosts.
It's a really cool little card game where you basically have to work through the deck,
Yeah.
And John, maybe you can explain a little better because you got a better idea of this than I did.
Well, even though he read the rules and I haven't read the rules, I still managed to explain it
Well,
better.
it doesn't matter because Kedric has a video.
That's a good point.
Actually,
We can link
fair
to.
point. He does have a
George,
video.
There's no point in us trying to explain the rules when he does it himself.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
What I
well,
want to do is look at the artwork. For example, I preloaded it with a couple of cards that I really like the look of.
So-
I love the traditional ghost.
It's a hoax.
It's basically
It's a
blanket.
hoax. It's a hoax.
It says on the hook.
Oh, it is a hoax. But I like it all the same. I
Yeah.
love that sheet ghost thing.
Yeah.
And the Banshee.
Yep, the Banshee's very
If
cool.
you remember a few episodes ago, I was talking about how Banshee scared that bejesus out of me.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
So have you got a favourite card in here, Justin?
I like this possession.
Now, do you like it because of how it looks, or do you like it because of what it does?
Both.
Okay.
Well, what does it do?
In the game, it lets you essentially steal a card from your opponents if you want to. Say they have a card sitting down on the table that you really want. Play that, steal that. There we go.
Why would you want to steal a card, though, I mean?
It's tactical. You're trying to build your numbers up
Aye.
incrementally, so from 0 to 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then your hand you can put down.
Do you get to pick, you get to look through their
No,
pack, or is it
no.
a random pick out of their
No. If I get the rules card, because it comes on a
Aye.
little set of rules cards.
He
Move
reads,
these out
he
the way.
reads them properly.
Yes, it's just one little diagram I'm after. This is your setup. So you have 3 face
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
and 2 face up. Whenever I play this card,
Yeah.
I play a card from my hand
Yep.
down to one of these slots on my own or my opponent's side of the table, and I take one of his cards away.
So,
So say there's a card I really, really need to get a final push towards scoring some points. I play that, I steal the card I need, and then on my
but
next
how do you
turn...
know which one it is? You need. Are you able to turn his cards over and look at them, or can you just
No,
look at the two?
there's
of them?
2 face up.
If
So-
his are both face up and you're looking at it thinking, oh, I really
I'll,
need
I'll
that.
have one
eight.
of the face-up ones.
Yeah, or you
get
can take
or you get a
potluck.
random pick.
Yeah, or you
Right,
can
okay.
take potluck. It's really fun. I also like the Wraith because it's sort of the skeleton controlling somebody.
You would pick the Wraith, wouldn't you?
Why?
This is all miserable in death. I picked a guy with a blanket over him.
All right. Well, how about the Phantasm? Very cute little female piece of artwork.
He has no eyes.
Doesn't have no eyes.
Yeah.
Justin, she has no eyes. That's just creepy.
How can you look into her eyes and tell her that you love
She
her?
has eyes.
Where?
Little black ones. There's no
Look
pupils.
there. There's eyes on that artwork.
She's just one big pupil.
Whatever. You also get a pile of different other cards. So if I can get through this, you've got the Shade.
Yes.
So very much the 50s detective here.
Do you like the art style?
I
It's all
love,
very-
love the art style.
What is it? It's basically 3 colours, isn't it? Purpley, blue.
Yeah, it's purpley, blue, black, white,
Right.
and
It's,
grey.
it's
if you like count
monochrome
it.
with some blue thrown in.
Yeah, but it's a very striking style. Myself, Roman, and John were playing it earlier, and we actually had a lot of fun with it.
It's quite similar to the LocaliZED, except it's a different artist.
Yeah.
I think it's a different artist, isn't it?
I thought it was Kedric that did the art for.
No, Kedric doesn't do the art. Kedric does the rule writing.
I see.
Is
My
it
bad.
the two, have the two of them joined up again for this?
No, I
would
don't think so. I
say
think it's a
no.
different artist. I think it's just
I don't know.
coincidence.
The way that went for those guys, I'd say they'll probably get back together in the future.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, pulled LocaliZED together and lickety split.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
worked
and
pretty
it was
well.
great fun.
But I quite like the look of it as well. I like the.
You see, what I like
The
best is you
simplicity
don't
of
have
it
a
all.
big heavy rulebook. You have 5 double-sided cards, and that's you up and playing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Lost Spirit. This is just creepy. Some kid.
With a bunch of toys around it.
Yeah,
With a teddy.
I think that's a ghost teddy.
Yeah, that's creepy. I wouldn't want to see that in my house.
No, it's really fast and really fun. It's for 2 to 7 players, and it takes about 20 minutes maximum to play a game of it.
Yeah.
And I would say with the fact that you're limited to the number of cards in the deck, you're not really going to go past that unless someone's humming in hand.
Cool. So you
Yeah.
guys had pretty much a good time playing that then?
Yeah, we played a quick game of it earlier. It's still running on Kickstarter. I think it's, 17 days left or
Well, if
15?
it'll probably be about 14 days.
Yeah. So it's still up there. It's still on Kickstarter. So it is worth going and checking out. You know, it's one of those little ones you can just stick in your bag if you're going traveling somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think we'll take a quick break and then we will be back. Welcome back. I'm looking forward to this. We're going to talk about some new buildings from Foreground.
Mm-hmm.
They're perfect for Drop Zone Commander.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of obvious because they're 10 mil and they're big. Get a picture up. Get a picture up rather than me sitting
I've
describing.
picked out a couple of my favorites. I love this style.
Look at that. How perfect
That
for
is
Drop
cool.
Zone Commander is that building?
The only thing it needs? Craters that Lloyd made.
Yeah, craters that I made.
Everywhere.
10 mil office blocks,
Mm-hmm.
pre-painted.
Yep.
And you can change the number of floors just by stacking them up.
Mhm.
And they come in all sorts of different types.
Oh yeah. So you've got all different types of exteriors.
So you can mix and match.
Yeah, and I think that first one shows the tall one,
Yes.
short one, and then we've got
Well,
another type.
you say the tall one and the short one is basically the same building. It's not like
It's
They're just
the same-
using
Yeah,
different
it's just
floors
the
and stuff.
different levels into it. I mean, like it's a really great modular system for Drop Zone Commander, and you can really get different heights of buildings and stuff in through your table to get those lines of sight really broken
yeah.
up.
Well, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 floors. I'm
Yeah.
not counting the ground floor on that. 7 floors on that, and you could stick on another 7 if you wanted,
Yeah, you can make it as big as you want.
because it's just modular.
Yep.
Unlike the card stuff, when you buy the card stuff, you can make them bigger, but you've got to cut them up and stick them back together. This you can just decide there and then.
Mm-hmm.
You set your table out and go, oh, this week we'll have a bigger building. Lift that building and plop it on top of the other one.
Mhm.
I really do like that. I
Yeah.
like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, the other thing is once you actually destroy a building in Drop Zone Commander, you could actually just lift all the top floors off it and just have it as the ground floor showing this building is now destroyed.
Well, they've got insides. You didn't get any pictures of the insides, did you?
Unfortunately, no, but
Well-
I will get some and put them on screen.
So you can actually fight inside the building.
Mm.
I don't know if the rules work that way. Warren
the-
would be better on that because he's
The rules
Mr.
for Drop Zone Commander, whenever it's Drop Zone Commander in close quarter battles, it's all one.
Yes.
So there's no different floors in it. It's just you're going in and you're clearing the building
Yeah.
all in the one shot. It's absolutely brutal.
But this will give you an idea of representing it.
Yeah.
Because as it is, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a representation when you're inside this.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you're having to set your miniatures up on top of the building
Yes, to
to
represent
actually
the fact that
represent
they're
it.
in.
Whereas with this, you can open it up and put them inside.
But the cool thing is, it's got a name. The range is called Helios Jezerel. Jezerel?
Jezzerai.
Jezzerai?
Jezzerai.
Oh, it's an I. It's not an L.
Jesserai.
Yeah, Helios Jezzerai.
Yeah.
Well, we think.
Yeah.
But one of the cool things is they've written a backstory for this.
Right?
Yeah.
So their actual city has a story.
All right.
It's not often you get a terrain maker who goes, "Oh, I'll make up an actual story to go with my terrain."
Here's the reason you're fighting here. You know, and with the way the fluff in Drop Zone Commander is at the minute, it's all just kicking off. You know, so it's got all that scope to add these new places in.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff.
Brilliant.
Well, let's move on
Okay.
because something else we've got cool in here is we've got some stuff in from Kromlech.
Yes.
We've got some of their New York stuff.
Yes, we do. And I have painted images of all of them. So, first up,
He's done well
Vincent.
this week.
Mm-hmm.
bag of fun, bag of stuff. Lloyd, do you want to pick the first one you want to show off?
There, that's what I want to show off. All of it.
All of it.
Do
Pick
you know
the
what?
first.
I'm gonna start with my favourite bit.
All right.
It has to be.
The flower.
It's got to be the flower. What's the flower called?
It is the Spitfire. If I find it here. Orc Spitfire Assault Speeder.
Let me just dump the bits out to begin with.
Okay, let's start having a look at the different components, shall we? So, you have your main wings.
Yeah. Let me just spin that around for everyone at home because I love all the little gribbly bits on this.
Yeah, it's one thing Kromlech's really great for is all the different details they do.
The vent and stuff. But I think that's the intake, isn't it? So if I get the main body,
Yeah, the main body,
does it go together? Which way around does it go?
that way. Upside
Is it-
down.
What?
Upside down, I think.
No, it's
No,
this
it's
way.
not. It's
Is it that way? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
that
there's
way.
bomb racks underneath.
I'll tell you
I
what.
see.
You hold it, Justin, because you'll be able to get your fingers out of the
Yep.
way.
So, there's the main body.
Yeah.
Two-piece for the body.
Yeah, I like that. That's the thing I like about a lot of resin models is there's only a couple of bits usually to stick together to make
Turn
the
around, because
vast majority of it.
there is an instrument panel in there as well. You
Yeah.
don't want to just show that.
Well, the instrument
there's-
panel brings me to pop that in.
The pilot.
Now, this is my favourite bit, right? Look in there.
Yeah.
The pilot's got flipping
He's
Bombs at
got
his
bombs
feet.
among his feet. And
shoved
then
in there.
one of his arms is just throwing a bomb.
Yeah, he's just chucking them out
Yeah.
as he goes.
As an orc would. You know, as any decent orc would. I've got bombs at my feet. Boom, yummy, boom, yummy.
And then the pilot.
Yeah, his head.
Oh, it's just brilliant. I mean, let me try and get that to stay in some fashion that you guys can see it at home. I love
Yeah.
the big goggles and everything. I mean, if I was doing works, this would be a must buy for me because
This would be one of those
just-
wee centerpieces, huh?
It's just so cool.
Yeah. You've then got his other arm holding the control stick.
Yeah.
It's a rather clean control stick for an orc.
Let's see that.
I just expected a metal rod.
Well, I suppose it is quite. Yeah,
It is quite clean, isn't
you
it?
would kind of expect. It's got little tiny buttons and all on it. And you kind of think, like you said, just a rod planted in the middle.
Yeah.
Ah!
You've then got 2 big cannons to add.
Yeah.
I actually like the fact that they got the ejection ports to look really good on it. We then have, if I move stuff out of the way,
Well, I'm just taking a look at the picture here.
tail fin. Yep.
See where the cannons go. So the
They're
cannons
on the
go
nose.
up
Yep.
on the nose.
Yeah.
So let's
Up
see if
on
we can
These
So,
2 join points.
quickly
there.
replicate
They would
that.
sit up on there, like so.
Oh, that's cool. I do like this.
Yeah. It's sort of World War One-esque, even though it sort of is, sort of isn't. You know.
It sort of is, sort of isn't.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Yeah, it
You're
is
a
quite awesome.
fantastic advertisement for model kit makers, aren't you?
Of course I am.
It's sort of like this, but it's not really.
All right, you've got 2
These-
big exhausts.
These are class. I mean, check them out.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that they went with this sort of 3-pronged.
Yeah. I would be scared of the noise this
Approach.
thing
I
would
mean, why
make
not-
because it would just be a big grumbly thing.
See, according to the picture, they go somewhere round.
Yeah, you
on
see,
the side.
when the front body goes on,
They go on here.
when the front body goes on,
They go on
they
there.
pin onto that and
So
then
slot them in
sweep
like
out
that.
back behind
Yeah.
the body.
Let me see if I can get that. It's really tricky, actually.
Yeah. We have images. We have images.
Let me try and get my big fingers out of the way. So in like that.
There's a better image that'll show it.
No, but I've got such nice fingers, Justin.
What, are you handballing? Are you going to do little jazz hands on screen? And then lastly, we have what no orc goes without.
The bombs.
More bombs. You've actually, I think it's 2 bombs and 2 rockets, would it be, John?
Possibly. I know that there's room for them, for all of it underneath the wings. So
Yeah, so that's your racks under the wings that you can see on the image there.
Do you know what, John?
Mhm.
Thank goodness you're here. I think you should paint this up. One of the next time you paint something, I think it should be something
No,
like this.
I don't think it's this one John wants to paint. There's another one in this set of stuff that we've received that I think John wants to paint more.
comment below if you want me to paint that,
Okay.
I think that's cool.
and comment below if you want me to paint the other thing.
When you're not too busy with all the bolt action stuff you're painting, I think that'd be a cool
Yeah,
little project.
John's pretty much just locked alone in his room at the minute, just with the airbrush.
Because with this, I'll quickly put it under again. You've got the exhausts, for example,
Yep.
coming out the side, so you can put blackened parts on the wings.
Oh yeah,
got-
John can do all his lovely
You've
weather
got
and stuff.
You've got the guns, so you can have like
You've got soot streaking, oil streaking,
burnt stuff.
grease, burnt, damaged, dented, dinged, scraped,
Rust.
rust,
Green skin,
everything.
leather.
Yeah,
Fur.
everything that Roman despises.
Has he got fur? No, he doesn't.
And then just get smallest pieces of feathers, stick them out of the front as if it's ran into a bird.
He's got teeth.
Oh, that'd be nice.
If I could get you a
Have I just
closer-
had a good idea?
It would just look cool if I could find.
What have I missed? I was trying to tell everyone at home it has teeth. What did I miss?
He was talking about putting some feathers on the front grille to make it look like it.
Yeah,
hit
so
a
if you could
bird.
get some teeny weeny bits of feather and just have them poking out of the
That's what I
grill.
was thinking of doing then was going to one of the little toy shops and buying a turkey, a little toy turkey, and just wedging it into the front.
Do you know what? That
So
is
as if
a
it's
really
just
good
blown into a
idea.
bird.
I mean, if it didn't have enough characters, that would be the icing on the cake.
A splattered turkey all over the front of it.
I think we'll move on.
Yeah, we
next.
should move
We,
next.
we've done this one to death. Let's move on and let's see what else. So what do you want? What do you want next, Justin?
Oh, give us the bust.
You want the bust? Do you want to go straight in for the bust?
I want to go straight to the bust because it ties in nicely with that.
Yeah. Bust or nothing, Justin.
Give me the bust.
Third base.
I want the bust. Really, John?
Stop putting me under pressure here. I can't get it open. Stop it. Oh, here
How
we go.
many women have heard that over the years?
From me,
Ta-da!
So we have the orc palette as a bust.
Is this the same guy? Let me have a
Same
look.
guy, pretty much. I think his features are slightly different.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's close,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
but it's
seeing no
friggin'
problem.
awesome.
It's really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
We have a picture of this painted up, don't we?
We do.
Do you want me to?
Yep. Click it. Click the button.
There
There he
you
is.
Is this what you thought John would rather paint?
I thought John would like to paint that,
But
or
John-
Roma.
No, you're like Mr. Tank Man. I mean, this is as close to a flying tank as you're going to get.
Yeah, but any good painter worth their salt wants a challenge. This will be a great challenge and a great way to actually play with doing green skin.
Well, I suppose, look at the goggles. That's really cool the way they've done
Yeah,
all
that's
the,
very
the
cool.
reflections
Yeah,
and
just a
stuff
little
on
shine
that.
in it. You see, it's even simple things like, you see it almost looks as if he's drooling, the way they've painted that there. Almost.
It's all shiny in his gubs.
Mm-hmm.
Gubs? His gub.
No, Gubs for an orc would probably be right.
Probably would be.
point.
Gubs.
You know, but if you look, even in profile, this is going to be a great little piece just if someone wants a challenge for painting up.
Yeah.
Does he
Well,
have a name?
I know exactly what I'd do with that.
What?
I'd get like 6 of these,
No.
and then I'd build like an orc airport,
Right.
and I'd have this as a statue over the top, right in the middle, and they all have to take off on this big ramp, flying past their big statue of their famous orc pilot. What do you think?
Could be a nice diorama.
Exactly.
No.
You know, although I don't know if orcs are organised to actually have proper air bases. It's just a field.
Does it matter?
No way would an orc fly off a field. Look what they make. Do you think something that makes something covered in panels like that is going to take off from a field?
Yes.
No, it's going to take off from some magical platform held up by air balloons with like rotors on the
Orcs
bottom.
in air balloons.
Yeah, like a flying fortress with a takeoff runway on it that's like steam propelled.
With the orcs' health and safety record, I doubt if a hot air balloon is going to be a great idea. You've heard of the Hindenburg, right?
Yes,
Imagine that only with orcs.
exactly. That with orcs.
Yeah,
Amazing.
crashing, burning, death.
That only happens at the end. There's still that cool bit where it flies for a bit.
All right.
And the orcs go, look at us, we are epic. Wah!
All right, well, we've got even more orcs here. So,
Oh,
pass
you
me
want to
back.
move on? You were trying to shut me up, are you? Are you? Right, come on then.
Yes, get on with it.
Let's see what we've got in the bag. What have we got here, Justin?
This is General Otto von Ryberg,
Oh man,
or Ryborg.
how cool is this guy?
He's really cool.
He's really cool actually without any of the bits. I'm just setting him up straight away.
Yeah,
He's a little tubby guy.
he's a little
awesome.
pot-bellied orc.
He's quite awesome looking.
He
And
has,
he would be standing at the side of my runway flying through the air, directing all the orcs off.
right. I mean, like, he's
No,
got this...
the important thing is, shall we bring up an image?
Yes, I have an image up already.
Oh, you
He's
do.
beat you to the punch.
He beat me
John.
to the punch. I wanted to play with the thingy that it is.
Technology and stuff. But no, there he is painted up there. So he's got his cool little energy backpack with the little Tesla coils off it. And then he's got this weird grabby claw thing to go onto his hand.
You've got to
That's
hand it to them. Kromlech really know how to make minis that really going to make you want to expand your orc.
They know
army.
orcs.
And he's so characterful.
Yeah. I mean, that is something that...
Well, if I was playing an alternate model, that would be my orc war boss or my my big mech.
Check out his sidearm. Or sidearm? Yeah, sidearm.
Sidearm. Yep.
How cool is it? You can't really see it in that picture, but when you're looking at it up close on the mini,
Yep.
let's see if we can get it on the close cam.
Yeah.
Look at his big gun.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love the details on this.
I like the fact he's sort of almost kind of giving a thumbs up.
He
Yeah.
is, sort of.
Yeah,
He is
sort
doing
of.
a thumbs up, isn't he?
I know this is probably
Pretty
going to
much.
sound
As
weird.
my pilots take off, he'd be like, yeah, go get 'em, boys.
If Winston Churchill was an orc,
No, Winston Churchill would look much larger than that.
I don't know.
I think Winston Churchill is an orc.
It's okay. Okay.
All right, you're seeing things that clearly I don't.
Yeah, but no, great detail on it. You know, right down to all the clothing details.
Yep.
You know,
Let's have a look at this pack here then. So,
yeah,
these 3 coils get stuck onto the pack.
yeah. And then it's actually really clever because they've sculpted it as an optional piece. So he's got all the detail here, whether you want to put it on or not.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, so it's-
that's what I like
It's
about
not a
this.
join point. It's
Yeah,
a join
it's
point
an
on it,
optional
yeah.
piece.
As soon as I said him down, I thought that's enough.
Yeah.
I like him. Stick him on his base. And you're very quick to pick that up, fellas, that you can stand without the pack. It's not suddenly a big flat panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice that they give you that option. You know.
Really cool.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to give you the last bag.
We
and
have
I'm
one more.
going to tidy some of these bits up before I
Alright.
get messed up.
This is
This
one I do
is-
want to paint.
The big dude. This guy is an orc war chief in Juggernaut mecha armor.
Whoa!
And he is rather humongous. So,
What do you think this is a bit of?
that is off his grabby claw.
Grabby claw.
So, we start with his scenic base.
Yep.
Which is cool in itself.
Cool in itself. We then get to
The legs.
legs.
I don't know. Oh, it does look cool, really. Actually, I wasn't sure about it. And then when you put the legs down, I now understand why it's built up on.
Yeah,
on
so
like a level.
they've given him the scenic base to actually pose him to start
Because
with.
for a minute there, I thought it's a bit plinthy looking.
Oh, yeah, did you not see our Wild West Exodus thing?
No.
He's then got
It's very plinthy.
the main body. Whoops. But there's an absolute crap load of detail in this. If you like your metal and gear work, John, this is for you right here.
It's ridiculous because every plate of metal on there has damage on it of some sort. Either a cut into it or a chip out of it or a ding or a dent.
Yeah, it looks like it's rough metal that they've just took a blowtorch to cut apart.
Yeah. And could be an absolute pleasure or pain to paint.
Yeah,
Depending on how you want to do it.
Big, super mega awesome gun. It's the only way I can think to describe it.
Is that the technical term or is that the actual name? It's probably both, to be honest.
For an orc, it probably would be the technical term.
Yep.
Now, this is very cool looking, but it's very hard sometimes. It's very gribbly.
Yeah, but I think that's what makes it, is the fact that it is so gribbly.
You love all the just the sheer amount of. I mean, my problem is I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's great. What way around does this go?
You've got the flat connector piece.
Aha!
And there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yep.
Have we got a head?
We do have 3 head options.
Oh, 3 head options.
So you've got orc, tin orc.
Yeah.
So it's like a full helmet and 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Without a helmet on.
Well, you've got plain head, sort of metal gob head, and the big metal head.
I think if I was painting it, I wouldn't do all the rivets and stuff.
Oh no, that
because I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that's quite busy looking.
Yeah.
I think it's the rivets that is. It's just too much.
I don't know.
When I look at them,
rivets a
model
little more
blank,
subtle.
I'm really enjoying the details and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the image and I find it kind of an assault on the
So,
eyes.
some of the details are forcing themselves
Yeah.
to be noticed. Yeah.
He's got his other arm here, where he's got a big metal claw, and his other arm.
Which is quite nicely posed again.
That is nicely
well.
posed if
Yeah,
you turn
but
it around.
it's cut apart enough that you can actually give him enough of a pose to make it individual, so that it doesn't look like every other guy in the army. You know, not that he will anyway.
I'll just hold him there.
Yeah. You've then got your big ass boss pole, which is again rough metal cut out and just pops into the
I
top.
think we could get away. Pop it in there.
It also has a ton of details behind it as well. So it's not just
Oh yeah.
the front of
If we
the banner pole.
grab the body
and all.
and turn it that way, you can see he's got a lot of little trinkets and stuff on the back.
That's definitely Kromlech's attention to detail is fantastic.
Oh yeah. And then lastly, we have some extra bits for the big gun.
Well, you're going to say lastly, this is probably one of my favourite bits. Do you see this here? This sort of, what is that, like a harpoony missile thing?
It's a missile.
I just like the way
It's a rocket.
what's it embedded in? Because from a distance it looks really cool. It's just like, it's just sort of like a fabric or something it's stuck in.
You see, if you look at the front of the gun here, you have this little insert piece.
Yep.
So you can stick one of those options onto
so
it.
that's like the end of the tube of a launcher or something.
Yeah,
there.
which just glues into this little point here. You know, and then you've got your sort of flamey weapon as well. You've got this. I'm not sure what it is. John, any idea?
It's a pole.
Some
a
bit,
pole.
some gribbly bit.
So it's a pole with
A bit on the end.
Yeah. And like, you say the mini looks busy. If it wasn't busy enough for you, you've got extra armor plate, and you get about half a dozen of these that you can just stick on and add even more busyness and detail to it.
I'm probably assuming they would be just sort of, well, I don't know, where on earth would you even try to put them?
I'm sure any reasonable art player will find where to put the extra
if
bits.
you look at the image, right, there's a knee here.
Oh, and it's used as like a knee. Actually, hang
I
on.
think there's been something stuck on that knee.
I think
Yeah.
there is join points on there. If you look
Yeah, possibly.
closely enough on the knee, there's join points,
Yeah.
and those have
Aye, pins.
corresponding pins on the back. So
So like
Yeah.
knee pads,
the knee
Yeah,
pads
it's
and
extra
probably
armor everywhere.
shoulder pads, is there?
Not
I think
for
the shoulder
shoulders.
pads, if you look at the arm here, are already sculpted on.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah.
they're already sculpted on, so you have optional knee pads, and then you can obviously take those pins off the back and use them as extra plates.
Yeah. So this guy's going to be really, really individual. You know, he's not
Really
going to look like
intricate.
anybody else. Yeah.
Really intricate.
And this is the one you wanted to paint, yeah, John?
So you're starting an orc army then, John, right?
No,
Why not?
because it will take me 3 months to paint that, and then I'd think, I'll go and start an orc army. That looks pretty good. I now have to paint 300 orcs the exact same way I've done that one.
Yep. The thing I've noticed with John is whenever it comes to armies, it's always, you know, I wouldn't mind rebuilding that. Because he's probably already built it.
I've tried about 3 or 4 times to revisit armies and just went, no. I've painted one miniature, went,
Once was enough.
I could totally do that army again. And then I've painted one more and went, no.
I don't know. I could be suckered into orcs with this Kromlech stuff. Just
Yeah.
We'll have to see them.
Because if you start with your commanders and stuff, because commanders and special characters really add that flavour to your army.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
It's much
the
more
showpieces.
interesting to start with them and then flesh out the units than to start with a bog standard unit.
And then try and build on it.
You know, I've got a unit of boys.
Great.
Great.
Yeah, you see
I've
the
got
problem
this
John will
epic
have
commander,
is
and I've built a backstory, and he's going to shoot that guy in the face if he doesn't charge into battle. Going, whoa! I've got story.
The problem John's going to have is he'll build that, paint that, it'll be beautiful, it'll be lovely. He'll then build the rest of his army and go, it all has to be the same as you, doesn't it?
No, the problem John has is I'm not going to let him paint that until this is done.
So, well,
Fair
you're
enough.
not letting the community have their say.
Well, yeah, you can drop in the comments below. If you want John to paint up one of these orky bits, you've got the choice of, what is it, the
With
Spitfire?
The Spitfire, yep.
Or,
The Orc War Chief in Juggernaut Mecha Armor.
well, I vote Spitfire, because I just think it'll be awesome to see that.
Yeah, and it's
Whizzing
Spitfire
along.
Assault Speeder.
So, what are you going to vote?
My vote is for this dude here that we've just looked at.
Oh, I voted 2-1 already.
Yep.
I'm going to need some help on the comments.
Help him.
With that, I think it's time to get Ramah into the show because he's
Yep.
been sitting off camera patiently,
Half asleep.
and we've been talking about painting, and he's sitting there going, but I am the painter. Why are you not talking to me? So we need to bring Ramah in. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to eject someone from the show. Probably you, Justin. We'll get rid of you.
Bye.
What do you know about painting?
Well, everybody, if I don't see you again before the end of the show, hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you after the break.
Hey guys, welcome back. We've got Ramah on the show.
Yay!
It's weird because you're kind of like Justin, sort of bald but beardy. Well, I suppose Justin's beardy today,
Justin is a bit beardy today.
but he doesn't have these cool handlebar things going on.
No.
What have you got here, Ramah?
It's not a handlebar.
What is it?
It's not a handlebar. Is going down,
Oh,
downwards.
I have no knowledge of beards and moustaches. So what is it then?
Well, try to grow them, and you'll know.
What is a curly one?
It's a curly one.
Well, you just call it the curly one.
I have no idea how it's called in English.
Ah, well, what's it called in French?
The KoW, fangs.
Well, there you go. I bet
Okay.
you were all dying to know that, weren't you? Right.
Anyway.
We're going to talk about Batman, the miniature game.
Yay!
I mean, what a cool range.
Mhm.
Now,
Absolutely.
Ramah's been here painting this week, and one of the things he's been painting up, as well as a lot of tips and stuff, which we'll talk to him about in a minute, is you've painted up Batman himself.
Yeah, look at that.
That is absolutely brilliant.
I am not quite satisfied with it
Of course you're not.
because the blending on the cape is still. I mean, I could spend a few weeks on that instead of just half an afternoon like I did for the tutorial, but you know,
Let me have a quick look.
please.
I mean, you start to appreciate all the nice lighting and stuff on the cape when you get up close. Have you done your sort of the usual thing? Is it all pre-shaded and stuff as well? Or
It's
is it-
not pre-shaded at all.
So this is all wet blended, no pre-shading.
No, it's just I've primed it grey and that's
Yeah.
it. You know,
Because one of the things you like to do is pre-shade.
I know, and I haven't done it in any of the tutorials that I filmed this week. Actually, I haven't pre-shaded a thing
Well, there you go.
because you shouldn't rely on just one technique.
Very true.
But he is looking cool. Speaking of cool minis, now you've-
Yeah. Oh, that's there's a load of cool minis in that in that game.
I mean, you've painted up Batman,
Yep.
but
Mm.
now the Batman miniature game is something I've been looking at a lot recently because I'm going to start doing a bit of coverage and stuff of it. And I was flicking through the range and I had to pick out my favorite.
Mhm.
So I'll get started. My favorite has to be, let me get it up on the screen, Adam West. I mean, he is just epic looking. Let me see. Check it
Yeah,
out.
that's yeah, absolutely. He's really gorgeous.
Mm.
I grew up with that show as well. It's He's bloody good.
He's by far my favorite Batman from the range. I love this. Ooh, look at his cape up thing.
They should have done him, scaling a building, with the
rope.
bat rope, or doing the.
Now, what is this thing?
That's a reference to the show. They've done this bat swing, bat twist thing that he does in one of the episodes when he's drugged up and he does that partying things. And anyway, that's Adam West.
That's just Adam West in general. That wasn't scripted.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
Probably, yeah. Knowing how crazy he is.
Yeah, so I'm partial to him.
Yeah.
Now, if I was going to do this painting, could I follow the steps that you've done on this? Only use different colours.
Yes.
And
Completely.
would I get that effect on the cape?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Precisely.
I'm gonna have to watch this video.
More adverbs.
What?
No, it's just completely, precisely, completely, etc., etc.
More
adverbs.
He's being too smart for us.
Precisely. Did you see what I did?
Exactly.
Did you see what I did?
Entirely.
What about you guys then? I mean, if that's my favourite mini.
Well,
Yeah.
I went to the.
Oh, you're going to jump in?
Yeah. Come on.
I went to the dark end of the spectrum and I picked the Heath Ledger Joker.
Oh, I think we have a picture of him.
Uh-huh.
Bang! There we go. Heath
That
Ledger.
is so cool.
God, he's really sinister.
It really is sinister. It's that perfect scene from the movie where he stood watching Batman driving towards him, and it's him going hippie. Yeah,
You wouldn't have preferred him standing in the nurse's outfit, hitting the button, going.
I love that scene. I want that.
And then he's turning around and looking at it, go, why isn't it blowing up? There we go.
That was another cool scene. But yeah, that miniature. I mean, Roman and I actually were filming some unboxings.
Yeah, we unboxed him.
We unboxed the Heath Ledger and had a look at it, and it was superb.
Yeah, it's not one of the most striking,
It's not
dynamic
yeah.
poses. It's not dynamic at all. It's very sinister, and yeah, I mean, I'd paint that. Oh God, I'd have a field day painting that.
It's the perfect characterization of the
Absolutely.
of the movie, of that particular pose. when he
It's
stood.
extremely potent.
Mhm.
I don't fancy the challenge of trying to paint like a pinstripes on the trousers. I mean, with that, it'd be quite. I don't know about time consuming. For me, it would be time consuming because I'd be like struggling to do it.
Of course, it's time consuming. It's a hobby. It's just don't be a wuss. Paint the pinstripes.
I couldn't though. I'd be like all over the place. I think I'd just get a felt tip, throw it on.
Some people do.
You think that would work?
Some people do. So it does work sometimes. Depends on the ink you're using, but yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, Mr. Painter,
Yeah, my favorite has to be Nightwing.
Nightwing.
Yeah, it's
This
it's
guy
a
here.
weakness. Yeah, this guy here. You don't have many angles of him.
No,
on
we
the
don't
box
have his
art,
best
but,
angle, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Justin's picked this out.
Oh God, yes, he's really gorgeous.
Justin's managed to pick the image of him that makes him look like he's on his way to a rave.
For some reason,
With his glue sticks.
With his glow sticks.
Yeah.
But
Oh God, I love him.
it's a lot more dynamic than
The
the
spandex.
Here's us trying to talk about miniatures, and Roman is waxing lyrical about spandex.
Right, well, to move us on, talking about spandex, I'm going to bring up one more image. I really like the Batgirl, actually, from this range.
I wonder why.
Now, recently, the Batgirl has had her costume changed.
Yeah.
And I've seen some little models and stuff of it, but I much prefer this.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the yellow underneath the cape.
It's very striking.
Oh, I just love that mini. Maybe I
Target
should have picked
practice.
that, but then Mr. Adam West has to win. He's definitely my favourite.
Yeah.
Can we model him with like a giant KoW symbol or something over his shoulder?
Oh, it has to be done.
Yeah.
Modelling up kapows.
What's Justin's favorite?
Oh, Justin's favourite, yeah.
We don't need to know Justin's favourite, do
Now,
we?
Justin told me off camera what his favourite was, and then I forgot.
Pick one
Really?
and that'll be his.
No, I didn't really forget. Here it is.
Oh, cool.
Here is Justin's favourite. You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Yes.
Quite predictable, really, for
That
Justin.
was really
Yeah.
predictable.
Harley Quinn,
There's a
Justin's
surprise.
favourite, and this particular one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I prefer the other one, where she's going like this with the a big hammer or something
Yeah.
she's
It's
got.
a big hammer.
But Justin zeroes in on this one.
I
all the
also
time.
like the big hammers, but I'm I could do with a bat.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have a big hammer. She's just got a big pole. She's gonna hit you with it.
It's a
Club you to
baseball,
death.
It's a baseball bat with a.
Oh, it's all
That's-
stripy though.
Yeah, it's all
like a
stripy because
candy
it's
cane.
painted like a candy cane.
I don't know. It's cool and all, but I like the other Harley Quinn model the better.
Yeah.
Well, the most.
Mm.
But if I had to pick from the two, unfortunately, I don't have a picture of it here because I gave Justin the task getting the pictures and he's left me dry. No picture. All well.
Yep.
Justin, get one up in the edit, please. Thank you very much. Right, I'm going to move on because one of the things we're doing for the Batman game is we've opened up a hub. So recently the hub and stuff's got a nice new skin and stuff on it, so it's starting to look really sweet. So if you check out the Batman hub on the website, that's the home you'll find. That's the home where you'll find all the new, latest and greatest for Batman. But it's part of
I'll move that.
what we're doing. We're gearing up to do more coverage. Like you guys said, for example, you guys have been doing some unboxings because you
Yep.
got a lot of Batman stuff through.
Oh, a lot, yes.
Well, Warren's got off the rails and got really excited. I'm just unboxing something here. I'm just taking it out. He's jumped on the internet and gone to some Taiwanese type website. I think Taiwanese
Possibly.
Possibly.
or Chinese or Japanese.
Japanese, probably.
I don't know.
It looks Japanese,
Yeah.
but I really have no idea.
I don't know. It's all Firefly to me.
Something like that.
And he's been going off and getting some tumblers. Wait till you check this out.
Yep.
What do you think of that? Let's get Batman over.
Oh, no.
It's. I don't think it. Oh yes, it's actually.
Yeah, it's not.
Just
it's
to
not
scale.
Bad. It's not bad at all,
Not
is
bad.
it?
Consider it's meant like the tumbler is meant to be quite low. So I guess that's
Of course, that's the Frank Miller Batman, so it doesn't really fit with a tumbler, But
You're gonna look at it and say it's a little small, right? But it's not a perfect world.
no.
Now this is the stuff Bane rocked up in his, so it's for Bane and his crew. Now when you see the miniature that actually comes with it. Now, if you think Batman is looking too big, check this guy out.
yeah,
Oh,
It's got that whole Chinese scale thing going on again,
Yeah.
where you've got a tiny character or a tiny vehicle and a ginormous character. He's going to get into it. So what he's done is I think he's ordered 3 of these
Yeah.
because he just does that. He goes off and he goes find stuff and he goes, I'll have 3
that's
of those.
Warren.
Like he's 6 X-Wing sets on the way.
He's so he gets completely enthused and into these games. And,
Totally over the top.
yeah,
So he's
exactly.
ringing me on Skype. He's like, oh, I've got this brilliant idea. I found these tumblers online. I'm going to order 3 of them. And I've got the Bat one as well, which hasn't arrived yet. Otherwise, it would
Yeah.
obviously be here.
Yep.
So he's got this in black. And he's like, oh, what we're going to do is I'm going to have the 3 tumblers driving in the background into a scene. Do you remember the scene from Batman the movie? The one at the start, right? Which one at the start? The one with all the crates and stuff. So what he's actually talking about is he's talking about there's a shipping containers part. So what he wants us to do is make loads of shipping containers and have these on the background as if Bane's crew's rocked up and Batman's going to kick the absolute living daylights out of them all in among all these containers, which I actually think kind of cool.
Yeah. Could be kind of
Because the first thing that sprung to my mind when he said containers is, we've got to get graffiti.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about it on the show last week. I can't remember, was it backstage or front stage?
I can't remember either, to be honest with you.
I can't remember. What we were talking about was getting stencils for graffiti. And we're like, oh, does anybody have these? It turns out the train guys have them.
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Model railways, as a model railway enthusiast, Lloyd, and you didn't know that we could get graffiti transfers.
But they're going to come to the rescue,
Yeah.
right? So Batman is jumping in and around, loads of containers, and I'm going to get graffiti templates in and spray up the sides of them and stuff like that. The terrain side of things is actually really interesting because other than that, I've heard rumblings now that Night Models have a building for Batman, the miniature game,
Yeah.
that's a meter tall.
They-
Yeah, I mean, like a half a person tall.
What is it? Do we know?
An office block of some sort.
Could it be the back cave?
It's like half a meter tall.
Possibly.
That's like this.
Yeah.
No, it's a meter tall. It's
a
not
meter
half.
tall.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's a meter tall. Yeah.
It doesn't even fit on the camera. Look.
Okay. No, if there's a giant penny, then why not?
So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like I said, it's just rumblings at the minute, but I think it's rumblings that might come true.
Yeah.
First thing I thought about terrain-wise was, again, that Volsung stuff that we have.
Mhm.
the stuff that you were using in Bolt Action. We had it in pictures last week. I thought,
Yeah.
do you know what?
It looks class.
If you stack a few of them a little higher up, maybe 6 blocks of it or something like that, you could very quickly put together a Batman street. Again, get the graffiti out, get the tumbler in among it all. Oh, get some neon lights. That's something you want to get some LED lighting kits and stuff in for.
To Maplin we go.
Getting excited thinking about it now. That's the thing about Batman the miniature game, is the setting. We've all seen various different movies, and you can pick the setting you want, especially considering they've done lots of different types of Batman.
Yeah.
Over the years, yes.
But in the range, Batman comes in lots of varieties as well.
Yes, absolutely.
There's nearly a Batman model for every Batman there's been, hasn't there?
Practically, almost, I think. Yes.
There's like 5 or 6 of them.
I don't know if they haven't done the first ones, one with the large ears and all that. I don't think so.
Maybe they will.
Possibly.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can do up whatever sort of scene you want. If you want to go ultra modern, like in the Batman movies, right? The latest series, what was it? Batman
Begins.
Batman Begins, that's the one I'm
Dark
looking
Knight
for.
Returns and so
Right.
on.
In Batman Begins, the art style of the movie was kind of, exaggerated art style. It was closer to the original Batman movies. And then after Batman Begins, the next 2 sort of drop all that and they go to regular sort of skyscrapers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you've got Batman, various different types of Batman. Batman? That sounds weird.
Yeah,
Various different types of Batman that you can use, and then you can alter your terrain to suit.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I was going to use the Volsung stuff, I'd be doing that. Do you remember the Batman movie? I'm really showing myself up here. I should have researched the Batman movies.
I wonder if they're going to do the Batman Incorporated arc. It's not exactly super. It doesn't really tie in with the game, but at some point they incorporate, and there's a Batman for every country and most cities in the world. That was interesting.
Now you're talking comic book.
Yes, absolutely.
You lose me at comic book. Let me finish my movie thing, and then we'll move on to the
finish
comic
your
book, because
movie,
I'm
finish your
interested
movie.
in the comic book thing because I'm such a blank slate when it comes to it. Right? So, in the Batman movies.
Just say Batman movies.
In the Batman movies,
Yeah.
there's one where everything goes sort of neon and nuts looking. It's done by the guy.
Was that the one
Schumacher.
No.
Is that the one
Tim
with
Burton.
Mr. Freeze in it?
Tim Burton's Batman. Did he not do one?
Yes, of course, he
Yes.
did too.
Right? No, there's the gangs running around on the streets, and they're all kind of like in glowing outfits and stuff like that.
No, that was in the one with Mr. Freeze and Robin. That was
Terrible movie.
the one we don't talk about.
But I actually
That one didn't happen.
I actually liked all the colours and stuff. I was thinking if I got the full sun buildings, put down some back streets, put down some glow in the dark
It had
graffiti and stuff like that.
Just don't do that. It had Jim Carrey in it, for Pete's sake.
I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah, but not in that.
Even in that, he was all right.
Oh,
He's much better than Two-Face.
true.
The new Two-Face.
No, the old one.
I hate the new Two-Face.
Harvey Dent,
Harvey Dent.
Two-Face.
I hate him.
Hmm.
He looks terrible. Terrible CG makeup thing going on.
It does look a bit wonky. He's turning around, half a face floating there looking at you. But yeah,
It wasn't the best part of the movie. That's true.
Right, so are we done with movie rant? Are we still talking
there's
about...
no rant.
I don't know.
There was no rant there. It's just regular talk.
Funny,
At a higher pitch because you were interested in
because I was interested in
He
it.
was brilliant compared to Marion Cotillard anyway. So
But yeah, so I mean, the mind buzzes at all the ideas of the terrain and stuff you can build for. Like in the book, now there's being translated to English. Now there's a picture where they've got a fairground, and I was thinking, oh, what a class setting with the big Ferris wheels and the roller coasters and stuff, and the neon, everybody, and the
that's-
glow in the dark paints.
okay, if you want to do the Joker's hideout, for example, that's fair game.
Joker's hideout.
Yep, with the fairgrounds and neon.
Except I wouldn't be getting this version. I would get the other version.
Yes, the
Oh,
one
yes,
that
the
goes-
one that's all
You know.
eccentric and...
Oh,
yeah.
gorgeous.
Totally go for that.
Mm.
Right, so I'm just going to quickly check my notes. You wanted to move on to the comics.
I don't know, perhaps.
No, I'd like to talk about the comics because briefly about the comics because I feel like I don't really know what the heck is going on. Right?
Well,
because
you know, Batman
there's
started out
characters-
as a comic, right?
there's characters like this,
Mhm.
and I have absolutely no idea who he is.
Oh yes, that's Lobo. That's an interstellar space mercenary who destroyed his own planet to be the last of its kind.
And is he in the Batman comics?
Sometimes he's in his own comics and he appears in many others. He's basically a parodic character. It's like a huge satire with ginormous pairs of boobs. A lot.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about destroying his own planet. I didn't know anything about what was he got? Giant boobs.
Giant boobs, yes. Well, he doesn't have them, but he regularly encounters them.
Do I look lost?
And he smokes cigars.
I'm completely lost.
You look completely.
I'm going to move
lost.
on to a different character.
Yeah.
This one,
Black Canary. That's Oliver Queen's fiancée and then wife, I think.
in the comics.
In the comics, yes.
So definitely something to do with Batman.
But Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow.
See? I'm a blank slate.
Black Canary is actually she has powers, but she's usually not in that sort of outfit. But okay, she screams. She has a voice that hurts people. Sonic attacks.
Yeah.
That's her power.
These are some of the latest releases to come out for the game. I'm going to move on to one that I do recognise. Poison Ivy!
Yeah, Poison
I
Ivy.
recognise Poison Ivy because everything I know about Batman comes from the movies, the TV show, Kapow! We should really film this at an angle.
We should.
We can go
Yeah.
Kling on again.
Mm.
And
And then we'll have a giant party with fake costumes and all.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and describe which cartoon it is. It's the one where everything got really angular looking.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Batman the Animated Series
That's the one.
by Paul Dini and the like.
Loved that.
I have a gorgeous style too.
Absolutely.
But that's where my
And
knowledge of
they've
Batman
done
ends.
so many more, but you know that one is really classic.
So that's where it ends. So one of the things I'm looking. What are you laughing at me
Okay,
for? One of the
that's
things-
where it ends. That's
Yeah.
very abrupt, I think.
That's where it ends.
That's where it ends.
But one of the things I'm looking forward to then is actually learning more about the Batman universe by encountering characters like
Black,
Black
Canary.
Canary and going, I have no idea who this is or what she does.
But she has a nice.
I'm going to have to read up on this.
Face.
I'm hoping the book will be full of like lots of nice fluff. What you giggling at over there?
Never mind.
She does have a nice face.
Yes.
Nice hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to
naturally.
Poison Ivy.
We're going to go back to Poison Ivy.
Okay.
Who actually comes with these. Does she come with these plants and stuff, do you think?
Oh, she's a beautiful plant, all
Or do
right.
you think they're separate? Oh, it
I
says
have a
Poison
feel-
Ivy and Plant Slave.
Yeah, so that's-
She comes
she's
with
one box
them.
set,
She's in a box set. These are her goons.
Her Triffids.
Did we get her?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we have
did.
her in here for
We have
doing an
her.
unboxing.
We have a lot of these for unboxings, of course. We have a lot of these packs of villains. There's a main villain and their goons each time. There's a Penguin and his goons and so forth, and Joker. And Poison Ivy is the only one who has non-human goons, I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent. Well,
gorgeous.
I'm spent on Batman. There's something else I want to talk about. There's one last thing I want to talk about before we round off the show.
Spent or sold?
Both.
Okay.
And that's what Rama has been painting. I mean, we've done
Oh,
Batman.
yes.
But before we forget, Rama has been busy all week
Play.
painting some other stuff.
Yeah,
And we've got a couple of examples here that you particularly
Exactly.
want to talk about.
well, I wanted to show you examples of what I was doing. These both are part of the skin tones painting tutorials, because we've had requests about those as well. So this is one of the darker skins, obviously,
I'm absolutely loving this guy here.
just to show that we are not being partial or anything. We have females and males, half naked, as you would have them for skin tone tutorials.
This guy particularly interests me
Yeah.
because I keep talking about this fantasy army that I'm going to make full of samurai
Mm-hmm.
with Oni demons and stuff in it.
They're absolutely gorgeous. That's,
So, I mean,
that's
if I
from
watch your backstage video
Yep.
on this skin tone, this is a backstage series. So, if you're a backstage member, you'll get access to some videos describing how to do these sort of skin tone effects. And we've got all sorts. all sorts of stuff. Now, I'm surprised there was one mini sitting over there that I looked at straight away. It's got tattoos on it.
Yes.
It's got hair on the
absolutely.
chest and stuff. And I looked at it and I went, that looks amazing.
Yes, I did that.
I'm surprised you didn't put him down there to talk about.
Well, you've got to save something for the Backstagers.
That's true. Don't blow all your beans in one go, huh?
I did want to talk about this one because this one is from the Bushido range, and they don't really get enough coverage. You can't cover everything, but I really like this range. They're really the only ones to do this at the moment.
That's why it's disappearing home with me. Because all the hard work's been done. All I need to do is paint his little shorts, and then he can slot right into my Japanese demon army and be the first character, and maybe that'll spur me on to actually do my legions of samurai warriors to go with him.
Then you run into that problem that you'll sit down ready to paint the rest of your samurais and you'll look at that skin tone and go, I don't know how to do that.
And or more like Father Ted, to be like, let's paint this mother!
Oh dear.
And then just do nothing.
So did you do anything else then? So some skin tones and stuff. This girl
skin
here.
tones, all sorts of human skin tones, and of course this demon one, because it's just the red skin tones. We've had a request from a viewer who wanted to paint Darth Talon. That's a girl Sith who has red skin.
And did we do it? We did this red skin
We did
here.
this red skin, and this should be useful for all those who want to paint demons as well. Not just.
I think I seen you doing some hair as well.
Yeah.
Like actual hair on the head, not hair on the chest. We know you
As
love the
well.
hair on the chest, Roma. We know that.
I've done it all. I've done hair on chests and hair on heads, and yes, because that's important as well.
Excellent. Right. Well, I think we're going to call it at that because we need to move on. We need to get the backstage going. So, if you've enjoyed the show, come on over to beastofwar.com. Tomorrow morning, there'll be another show just like this, except it's called The Weekender XLBS, which means extra long backstage. And in that show, we'll be discussing all sorts of stuff. One thing in particular we'll be talking about, Warren's going to be back, like he said earlier in the show, to talk about Games Workshop's new CEO.
He couldn't stay away with that kind of news floating around.
John's going to talk about Afterlife, the Kickstarter. Justin's got some templates he wants to talk about. And I've got a little app for the iPhone that lets you build models on the iPhone or the iPad. And I think I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed the show, we'd love to see you on Sunday. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.